Lightning racing through my veins. Every step cuts through the rain. I won't stop, I can't slow down. Chasing dreams that won't back down. The world tries to drown me out, but my heart still screams aloud. I won't fade, I won't give in. This is where the fight begins. Burning brighter, faster, higher. I'm the spark that starts the fire. Can you hear us? We won't fall. Where the voices breaking walls. Shadows try to block my way, but the night turns into day. Every scar, a battle cry. Every tear fills my sky. The weight tries to drag me down, but I rise and stand my ground. I won't fade, I won't give in. This is where the fight begins. Burning brighter, faster, higher. I'm the spark that starts the fire. Can you hear us? We won't fall. Where the voices breaking walls.
You can hear them, can't you? Even after everything that has happened so far, the entire world continues to cheer you on. Their united voices cry out for your victory. That includes your community, whose admiration knows no bounds, who aspire with their whole hearts to be like you. You are a pillar, one that must not be broken. Now, show them who you are.
Burning brighter, faster, higher. I'm the spark that starts the fire. Can you hear us? We won't fall. Where the voices breaking walls. We are stronger, we are one. Shining brighter than the sun. Through the silence, hear the call. Where the voices breaking walls.
Alrighty, hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Oof. Taking a few seconds to set up stream and all that. And how's everyone doing? Hope everyone having a fantastic night. A little in my throat. Oh my gosh. What up, Anton? How you doing? Welcome on in. How's everyone doing? Most of you know who I am. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Crimson Creamer, and we are here playing some more Dojo Masters. I am here with the one. You playing Dojo today? Yes. I'm here with the one and only Coco the Bean, the dog. the Chiweenie. She is here, laying comfortably next to me on my old computer chair, which is now her chair. Because she needs to be as close as she can be to me. Isn't that right, Cocoa Bean? Isn't that right, Cocoa Bean? Oh, you're so cute. And she's so tired. But anyway, we're here, playing some Dojo Masters. And she's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Like, why are you screaming into the ether, Dad? Father. Coco, I can't turn around and keep petting your beautiful, beautiful face as much as I want to. You're too distracting. You're gonna distract us from what we need to do. And that's get better at Dojo Masters. Yeah, I'm down. Just give me 2 seconds to get my fingers up, and there she goes. She's like, I'm out of here, guys. I can't be here, says Coco. Oh. Let me just get my fingers on... Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, like fingers cracking. Damn. Is it just... Hold on. Is it not just... I mean, there you go. Because auto is auto in just that one stage. Interesting. Even on shuffle it did? Someone like you would chain. I mean, you could just do this. If it keeps it, I'll be surprised. Alright, there we go. Slow down Taekwondo theme is arguably more banger than the normal speed version. Okay. Let's do US East 1, and we'll do kick. If you guys want to get into do games, matches infinite, game mode versus, customs and mods, skins, chat rules. Yeah, we'll leave it all as normal. But yeah, if you guys want to get in and play some games, US East 1 kick is what we doing. Oh, man. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Top, Antonio, how you guys doing? Oh, wait, no. We want this one. Doing well, good. Alright, let's see. I know you have a reason for those colors, but I'm still gonna say you and Zuni are in my fan club and inflate my ego. Bitch, please. These have been my colors for 12 years. You in my fan club now. Damn. Damn. Jeez. 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 God damn. I get it. I'm close. That's so mean. Spin dash on opponent parry. Damn. God damn. Damn. Ah. Okay. Controller. Tried to parry it. Actually used to be able to limit break Kyokushin with SKO, then follow with another SKO back when we were still playtesting it. Okay. Now they can't, thank God. God damn it. Damn. Starting to get it. I get better with the parry. Damn. Damn. God damn. Damn. Ah. Oof. Woo. God damn. Definitely doing better than I did last week. Ugh. Ooh, excuse me. Kept on trying to parry. Damn. How does Boxer's 6p limit break? That's a light. I don't know. It could have just been, yeah, from a weakened state. Ugh. What up, Spork? All right. If you hit tie with a strong attack, keep attacking. The launch armor helps you continue your combo. Okay. God forbid I overcome top tiers. Damn. Whew. Oh, man. Just give me 1 second, guys. Goddamn. Ugh. I try to punish the need. Oh. God damn. God damn. God damn. God damn it. Damn. Damn. God damn. Oh, this stuff. That was a weird interaction. Are my Kyokushin strong moves like forward punch and kick and stuff? Like, are those my heavies, or is it after like being charged? Your strongs are overdrive moves are off. Okay. Whew. Damn. What is 5p again? Because the number notations in this game are different than they would be in any other fighting game. I feel like. Okay. Ah! That was crazy. Damn. 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 Yeah, I figured that out. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll do first to 20. Damn! I thought I had him. Getting too impatient. Alright, next one, you win. Alright, there you go. GG's. Alrighty. What up, Delta? Tony, what the fuck is this? Yo, what up, Blue? Doing some housework. I won't be engaging much. Okay, that's all good. Seen enough nerf crop. Unless he's gonna switch to boxer and sweep when you reach 19. I don't know what he's thinking. Alright, no, he switched. Alright, now he's switching. Damn! Damn it. I had a really good parry there, too. Whew. Tony ain't playing anybody else's bizarre world. I feel like Goku fighting, I feel like Tony is Frieza going through all of his different forms before he gets to Boxer. Aw, shit. Final form Tony. Tony archetype. Gave me an 11-win head start, is what he did. God damn it. Hi. Good night. Wow, guys. No faith in me. I see how it is. Ah, come on. It's right there. Thank you, Blue. God damn. Oh, that hurt. That hurt to be a part of. No problem, GG's. I mean, I got a few wins off of his boxing. That should count for something. You were in my place doing this, I'd kick you out of the house. Damn. Let's see how much I can actually know the other cast members. Damn, doesn't even call them. Turns out I don't. Damn. Oh, that was rough. All my time and effort in boxers, my god. And my god, it shows. And my god, it shows. Okay. True, nevertheless, boxing reigns supreme. Listen, I'm coming. I'm coming for him. To be fair, I did do better than I did last week against him. To be fair, when we first were playing, I was holding my own more than I was last week. Can we at least give me those props? Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, definitely better than before. Thank you. Listen, Blue, you can play. You just are choosing to do your housework. You can forego it. No one is telling you otherwise. The progress is real. Thank you. I am so tired, though. Today was a rough day at work. Need to be responsible adult. No! That's why I did all my responsibilities earlier. So now I could not be responsible. Definitely true. Housework is only optional. Yeah. But yeah, before somebody was asking what controller I was using, so the controller that I am currently using for this game is the R.E.V.O Fighting Commander with the D-pad on the left that I actually modified to have a thumbstick on it, so it has a thumbstick, but it still operates like a D-pad. And the reason why I did that is because I just didn't like how the D-pad felt on this controller. I wanted something raised up, but it still gives you the same reaction as it would be on a D-pad, which is really nice. I took an old what's it called? Like the fake what the hell is it called? Why am I blanking on it? Like the Wii version of the GameCube controllers. I soldered the analog stick off of one of those because I liked how it felt. And then I cement glued it to the D-pad. And it just works. Like, it's such a weird modification, but it's so comfy. And everybody who I give it to who does play on D-pad says they really like that. So I'm trying to figure out a 3D print model for this to work, because it's an easy switch out if you're able to open up your controller to get into a D-pad. If you have like a normal D-pad, I don't know if you guys have like the ones where it's like just the buttons raised out of the plastic, because then that's going to take a little bit of work. But Yeah, because I'm looking at the one. Actually, no, that would work on that. 'Cause that's definitely a comfy controller feel for me. But outside of the what's it called? The Hori Fighting Commander, I also use the hold on, let me just I just want some different background music. My brain is kind of getting a little ugh. Where is it? That's Shotokan. I like Kyokushin's music. The other controller that I do use is the Hori Octa Commander for like most of my other stuff, and I use the analog stick on that one. And that one feels good too. I do mostly like analog, but for this game, I just feel like analog doesn't work well. And it's probably because there is no like diagonal movement for this game. So like I feel like there's really no point in playing with an analog stick for this game. And intentionally why I put the analog stick feel onto the D-pad for the Fighting Commander was to play this game, by the way. Like, that was the idea that I had for it, because I'm like, I really want to play this game and I want to play it well, but I need something to raise my finger up because it just felt more comfortable. So yeah, so I made that modification just to be able to play this game. Yeah, because one of my goals, I use both analog and D-pad. Yeah. Because one of my goals in, it depends on the character and movement. Okay. One of my goals is that I want to make a 6-button controller that runs off of a D-pad, but that you can kind of like 3D screw, like I want to make a controller out of, you know, just parts. It'll be a 6-button layout handheld controller that has a D-pad movement, but you can swap the part out to make it feel like an analog stick, if you get what that means. Because then you can get all the movement of an analog stick while having the controllability of a D-pad. And I want to be able to 3D print these like swappable pieces for that controller. I just gotta try to figure out the mathematics and also get a 3D printer to be able to do all that shit. But so far what I'm learning is the best like internal bits to use is the Hori Fighting Commander Switch controllers, because I have a couple of those that I want to mess around with. You familiar with the micro switch based thumbstick used on the old Neo Geo CD controller or Neo Geo Pocket? Those are neat. No, I am unfortunately not familiar with either of those. Growing up, I only had a Nintendo, a Sega Genesis, PlayStation. Like, those are the oldest consoles that I had when I was very, very young. And then obviously PlayStation 2, GameCube, Wii U. I pretty much had every console from that point on in life. Let me look that up. Micro switch based thumbstick used in old Neo Geo CD controller. Okay. Is it the one with, like, the... I want to play with the Atari controller. I want to play with an Atari controller. Okay. Those are words. What's the Atari one look like? Oh, like the joystick? Blue plays this on DDR pad, damn. I'm trying to find a weird controller. You gotta play it on like a fight stick, on like the what's it called? The airplane simulator flying sticks. That's what you gotta play it on. You gotta control it like an airplane. Because the steering wheel is too easy. That's the easy answer. I think Taekwondo and DDR would be sick. Nah, what you gotta play on the ones that I just found. The Atari 2600 OM paddle controllers. They're like two knobs with buttons on either side of them. That's what you gotta play on. So you're kind of like controlling it that way with the two buttons. I mean, it would work. I can't see it not working. That is funny. That is a funny looking controller. You gotta get a modified 100 axe cancels on DDR pad and burn 5,000 calories. Bet. You gotta play it on you gotta play on the Rock Band drum kit. That's how you have to play this game. Gotta hit a do-do-ta-do-do-ta. Hit one of those on the drum pad, you'll fucking do untechable all goddamn day. Speaking of which, not kind of changing subject here, but just on the different controllers that we all play on and stuff. I do want to talk more about this game in terms of stuff, because I feel like Season 3 is gonna be interesting for this game. And I have some theories on what different martial arts can be added and their mechanics. I don't want to go over what I think, because I'm going to be making a video on what I think the martial arts could be. I came up with 6 ideas with their different mechanics, but I would like to hear what you guys think the different martial arts could be and their mechanics. And see... Play with the Nokia number pad. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think it could be. It'd also be... Back to the controller thing, I do have the Street Fighter Cross Tekken PlayStation 3 fight stick hanging up on my wall right now. How hilarious would it be if I pull that out to play this game? It's still in its box. I've opened it before and I've touched it, like, once. The box is signed by Harada, though. Fucking pulling that out of tournaments would be hilarious. But I don't play on pad. I don't play on stick. I only play pad. But yeah, I don't want to talk about what I think the fighting styles might be with their mechanics, because I want to save that for the video. But I do have some ideas that could be a thing. Because Keg certainly has thoughts, lol. Okay. I have some thoughts too, and how the mechanics could work because of playing this game and seeing how your thought processes blew. I definitely took a lot of that into consideration when formulating my theories on what you might do. I don't want to talk about him, but I really do want to. I want to talk about him, but I don't want to, and I want to save it for the video and what you think that it could be. Because there are some like easy answers, but I also wanted to step outside of the easy answers. Because I feel like it would, you know, because that's what I feel like you are. You're the not gonna go for the obvious pick type of martial arts. Like you started out with Shotokan karate, then going to Kyokushin was like a really, like, interesting pick between the two. So we technically have two karates in the game. And then, like, you know, there was sumo, then there's capoeira. Two vastly different styles than what have recently... or not, that have already been in the game. Oh my god, I'm sorry, hiccups. Whereas my other coworker calls them bitch-ups. Because, like, oh, you can't take the air that's around you. Then talk about the ones you think it won't be in. Well, that's the thing, is that there could possibly be any of them. Like... So, like... I don't think you'll put fencing in. And the reason why I don't think you'll put fencing in... Or just, like, because the way that I think about it is you're not going to put standard fencing. And you're not going to, like... Because there's Olympic fencing, and that's the easy answer. And that's something that, like, will go in... that leads into one of the, fighting styles that I was thinking of. But like I said, I feel like fencing is too easy of an answer. And, like... It also doesn't fit the style of this game in terms of how it's performed. Fencing is very much a point-based game that doesn't have knockdowns or anything like that. Like... So I feel like that wouldn't be included. There is one... Alright. Alright, I'm gonna talk about one of the styles, because I did mention fencing. So one of the styles I think you would add is HEMA, which is Historical European Martial Arts. And that's... and that martial art encompasses all the different European sword fighting styles, which does include fencing, but not the Olympic style of fencing. The more dueling and striking to kill style of fencing, which is what HEMA is. As opposed to the European sport style that we all know fencing to be. And the way that I feel like you would interpret HEMA is with not a rapier, but or it could be a rapier, because it's historical European. It would be a sword with a shield, and not like a big ol' like knight shield, not like a knightly type setup. It would be more of a buckler, so it would be a smaller shield with a sword, saber, short sword, or rapier. It could be any of those. And I feel like you would give it the mechanic of Vega from Street Fighter, where you can put away the shield or use the shield. And you would have the mechanic be that with the shield, you're able to block, you're able to parry, but your character's attack is slower. And then if you are able to put away the shield, your attacks are faster with the sword. However, you lose access to a shield parry, and you can get guard broken a lot easier, similar to Kyokushin. And it would give you access to like a little bit of a different move pool. Like you would have access to like a parry that goes into a quick tap. So you'd be like parry and repossess, I can't remember the terminology of it. But basically you'll be able to bat like the opponent's attack and kind of like do like a quick counter follow up afterwards. Wouldn't really lead into anything to lead into a combo, because that seems too broken, as compared to if you had the shield and you parry, that can lead to a bigger combo potential. But without the shield, you're a lot faster with your movement and with the sword attack, whereas if you had the shield out, the buckler out, your movement would be a little bit slower, but you have a better defensive options compared to when you didn't have the shield. That's how I feel like you would handle another weapon type. Yo, Jerry, what is up, my dude? How are you doing? Welcome on in. How are you, my dude, my friend? Hope everything is well. But yeah, that's why I feel like you won't put straight fencing in the game. You'll go the route of HEMA, which is something that is a little bit more of a contact sport compared to the tongue-in-cheek, Olympic fencing style that everybody knows, where it's going to be the one hand up and sitting there. A tad bit sick, have a slight headache, nausea. Aw, damn, dude. Feel better, though. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water, and avoid direct lights. Be in a low light setting so you don't hurt your eyes, because that could also be part of that as well. But how's everything else going on? Like, how's work? How's content? I didn't get a chance to check out the video that you posted, the one a few days ago where it was something with the rivals. I do remember having it pulled up and tabbed up and ready, and then something happened and I had to I didn't have time to watch it yet. Editing with healing, jazz, and chilling. I think it's allergies. I've been drinking water and stuff. I'm finally getting back days off. That's nice. Yeah, having 2 days off in a row is so nice. In fact, in a few weeks, I'm actually going to be having 5 days off. I decided to take off, because usually I do this at the end of November into December. I'll take off for Thanksgiving, and then my Friday and Saturday I take off as well, because my natural off days are Sunday, Monday. So I gave myself a 5-day weekend. And then the week after, I'm only going to work 2 days and then be off for 5 days. It's just with how my vacation days work and stuff. They give me Thanksgiving off for the holiday. So then I take 2 vacation days for Friday, Saturday of that week of Thanksgiving. And then the following week, I use 3 days of vacation. So I technically only use a full week's worth of vacation time, which is 5 days. Which still leaves me 3 weeks of vacation. Content is good. I'm working on a new upload schedule where I focus on a set list of games rather than multiple games at a time, especially for the second channel. Good. Good. Stability is good. I had to rework my my upload schedule or stuff and whatnot, so because I want to focus more on streaming and being connected with you guys a lot more. So that's pretty much what I've been trying to gear myself towards. I need to stream more than, you know, trying to just force myself to stream more than just like once or twice a week is what my main goal has been. Just between like work and the baby stuff and all that other stuff in between. But I'm also trying to keep to uploading twice a month with my educational videos on stuff, because that stuff has been really popping off, and I really am happy that it is doing as well as it is. But I definitely want to be able to stream more and connect with everyone, because that's the goal, that's the dream right there. That's good. I'm saving the rest of my vacation time for Christmas. My goal is to be able to try and take 2 weeks off, go and spend more time with my family. Good. That is good. Yeah, because for me, most of my family celebrates Thanksgiving, and everybody kind of gets together for that, while at Christmas, everybody's kind of a little bit more scattered. So I try to take off for Thanksgiving, because that's definitely my favorite of the holidays. Because I get to eat all that good food. And then I don't have to worry about going into work the next day and being all, like, bloated and shit. Because now I get a good old fucking few days to, you know, rest off the Thanksgiving food. But yeah, I need to save my vacation for, when the baby comes as well. I do get paternity leave. But I'm not gonna take it right away. So when we get closer to our due date, age-old content creator schedule struggle, yeah. Yeah, I'm saving my at least 2 weeks of my vacation for when my wife gives birth, so I can be around for 2 of those weeks. And then go back to work and work my ass off with overtime. Mainly my dad, since moving to Little Rock. Fully, me and him haven't been able to spend Christmas all that much due to his job screwing him over. Last year was the best because we got to catch up. That, and I miss him a crap ton. That's good. I wish my parents were a little bit more incentive to come and visit. Because it's harder for us to go and visit my parents. Especially because me and my wife, we have Coco, who is such a tiny little bean. And my parents have 4 fucking giant dogs. 2 of which are super aggressive. One of which bit me in my arm and, like, made my arm, like, she, like, bruised me. So. Visiting my parents is hard. Did you see the post on Twitter/Discord? I I can look at it now. Which one is it? Is it a new video? Is it announcements? Is it important news and updates? Is it that one? Okay. Talked about it in today's video, but I wanted to challenge myself for the return of Wake Up Motivation podcast this weekend. I would like any of my friends, fellow content creators, and viewers to send me an editing challenge to do on stream. This challenge can feature something in After Effects, Premiere Pro, or Blender. Each stream will be focused on one or two, depending on what days I stream, of these challenges, and the stream can't end until I've either completed the challenge or my computer blows up. Essentially, computer blue screens, LOL, joking, not joking. Okay. Interesting. Alright. I'll have to give you something to do. Okay, alright, here's the challenge, Jerry. I want you to make an edit of my dad telling me he's proud of me. Of me specifically. It's on I am proud of you. No, I'll give you a real challenge. I gotta think of one. But definitely got to do that for you. Alright, Jerry, since you're here, and you're kind of like an impartial person to this game, this is Dojo Masters, a game that focuses on different martial arts, rather than a character specific. So I'm gonna say all the martial arts that are here, and then I want you to guess. I want you to give a martial art that isn't in here that you think would be a good addition to this game. So far we have Shotokan Karate, Muay Thai, Krav Maga, Kendo, Taekwondo, Boxing, Sumo, Kyokushin Karate, and Capoeira. The difference between Shotokan and Kyokushin is just their fighting styles, in terms of like one is like the scoring point based, while the other is like a full contact sport. That's the difference between those two. So out of these 9, what do you think would be a good addition to this game? As somebody from the outside who doesn't really play fighting games but knows things. Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. Interesting. Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. Here, let's see if we can actually look into that. As we open up Opera DX. Excusez-moi.
Last time on.
Think Leafy and Virtua Fighter. Okay. But there is also a guy who does Shaolin Kung Fu in Virtua Fighter. Me. All right, let's look at this. Northern Shaolin Kung Fu is a traditional Chinese martial art known for its emphasis on long-range techniques, high kicks, agile footwork, and acrobatic movements. It is part of the larger Shaolin Kung Fu system and is categorized by long, sweeping, and dynamic motions. The style teaches empty hand forms, weapon forms, and drills to develop speed, flexibility, stamina, and balance. Okay. What's the guy from... I gotta turn around. This is who I was thinking of. This dude. Oh, it is Li Fei. Oh my god. I was thinking of the girl. Because I am stupid. Why was I thinking of the girl? Pai-chan. That's who I thought you were talking about. I'm a silly boy. I am a silly Billy. I don't know the Virtua Fighter character names as well as I thought I did. This would be an interesting style to include. Does he talk about it? I don't want to hear him talk about it. What martial arts does Suki from Avatar use? Alright, let's ask that. I feel like it's Tai Chi because it's similar to how Neji fights, and I feel like Neji fights with Tai Chi. I'm thinking of Ty Lee. I'm so stupid. I'm Ben Suki from Avatar use. She uses Kyoshi water style, which is a non-bending hand-to-hand combat focus on similar to Aikido and Judo. She is also master of the War Fans, skilled with katana, learns with chi blocking from Tai Lee. Her style is further enhanced by, So yeah, she would be Aikido or Judo, Suki would be. Modern Japanese martial art that focuses on blending with and redirecting the opponent's energy using throws and joint locks instead of meeting force with force. It'd be that or Judo. Which means gentle way, which is the modern Japanese. Is Judo similar to Jiu-Jitsu? Here's the question that I would ask, because I took Jiu-Jitsu when I was growing up. I did Jiu-Jitsu. When you're standing up and throws and takes down, Jiu-Jitsu is mainly focused on grounding, fighting, controlling, and submitting an opponent. Okay. Interesting. I feel like that's wrong. Top, I'm pretty sure it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was derived from regular Jiu-Jitsu. I know both of those. Fun fact, we actually host martial arts events at work. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to. You know what, Jerry? I'm gonna rejoin judo just so I can travel to Little Rock and fight in Little Rock and be like, Jerry, what's up? Fucking host this shit for me. But I'm pretty sure Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is derived from regular Jiu-Jitsu, which is why it's called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know that as a fact. That's because a jiu-jitsu practitioner traveled to Brazil, lived with the family of the I think they were called the Gracies or yeah, I believe it was the Gracies. And the youngest son wasn't able to join them because he was weak and feeble, so then his brothers showed him how to do jiu-jitsu, and from there he formed jiu-jitsu into his own style, which became Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The event is called GTMA. I'll send the link if you want me to. Yes, send me the link, because then I will sign up and kick ass. I have no belt under my... I have not practiced jiu-jitsu in quite a long time. I remember a lot of it, I definitely took it into my high school years, and then after that fell off, so... Because I did do wrestling as well, so I kind of had those two back to back. Yeah, I did that shit right there. Fucking arm bars, and jiu-jitsu is kind of ambiguous and universal term, really. Yuso Mita trained the Helio Gracie in judo. Was too frail to do more complex takedowns, so he focused on primarily the ground game. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, roommate came to ask a question. Did you want me to send the link? Yes, yes, Jerry. Send the link.
Last time on.
Also, sorry for if you heard that. I forgot with my Opera GX you can hear things. Hold on. What is the, in the Discord? Thank you, Jerry. Because I like this one video that this guy made. He talks about it here. First of all, I'm going to say this now. Guys, go watch Super Eye Patch Wolf. The guy's amazing. I love him. I don't like how Sambo was made by the Soviets because they loved judo but didn't really love Japan at the time. Damn.
November 12th.
Oh, that is loud. But yeah, this dude, I love him so. I love this guy's videos and editing style. But yeah, in this video, he talks about jiu-jitsu and judo and stuff, all from this one manga. And like, this manga is great, which then does go into this other fighting style that I was thinking of, which is what this manga is based on. Which is MMA. Because the way that I feel like like this watching this video will get someone into like jujitsu or MMA, and I feel like MMA would be such an interesting martial art to put into Dojo Masters, just for the sole fact of how it works and how it could work based on how this video talks about it. And I believe we talk about it in here. You know, I'm just gonna play this video out and
1993.
let you guys
was
listen.
Wild. This was a night when a group of weirdos entered a steel cage with the purpose of answering one question. What was the most effective way to disable another human with your bare hands? One fighter was a 400-pound sumo wrestler, another a professional ranked boxer who fought bizarrely with a single glove. There were karate experts, pro wrestlers, street fighters, and the idea that they were all going to be allowed to just fight with no rules, no round time, and no weight limit was insane, to the point that some of the fighters themselves were convinced that this was a scripted pro wrestling style.
I also want to put in UFC 1 was an amazing freak show. I also want to put out that the way that he explained this is just essentially fucking Dojo Masters, by the way. Like, I feel like how he explained whatever this tournament was is just what fucking Dojo Masters was. Like, you had a sumo wrestler fighting a boxer, you had karate guys fighting wrestler, like, this is just Dojo Masters IRL.
Show a delusion that came crashing down when 14 seconds into the first round, a Dutch Savate fighter's kick exploded across the face of a giant, obliterating everything we thought we knew about fighting. That shock building with each captivating and brutal match that followed, but the biggest surprise of the night came when the entire tournament was won by its smallest competitor, a quiet, softly spoken man who had somehow been declared the ultimate fighting champion and yet had barely thrown a single punch or kick. And maybe you don't care about fighting. Maybe this all seems very brutal and very unnecessary. Well, you are who I'm making this video for. See, something amazing happened here tonight, and if I can do the next 20 minutes right, you'll understand not only what that is, but why it matters in recommending an obscure 2008 manga. But first, a brief word from our sponsor. Day of the Dead, They Live, Tokyo to Watch is okay 100%. How you can get free. Okay, fighting. Yuzuko Mowatari has just transferred to a Japanese high school. Having grown up in Brazil where she spent her early years, well, getting the shit beaten out of her, but in doing so, gradually learning the arts of striking, grappling, and submission. That training manifesting in her love of mixed martial arts, a love she now wants to share with her fellow students through her newly established MMA club. Yuzuko is a delight. She's kind of like a puppy if that puppy was really into UFC and could rip out your shoulder with an armbar. And the exact kind of hero you'd expect from a shonen manga like Teppu. Only this is not our protagonist. Natsuo Oshido is a nightmare. At nearly 6 foot tall, she towers over the rest of her school, but not just in height. Since she was a child, she's only needed to see an action performed once or twice to be able to replicate it perfectly. Meaning, whether it's karate, basketball, or volleyball, she's an elite physical genius that effortlessly surpasses everyone around her. But that genius has isolated her from her peers and even her own family, envious and disdainful of her God-given abilities. But that's a hatred she's learned to revel in, her cold, callous nature taking joy in challenging what she sees as regular, untalented people and showing them that all their practice, all their hard work, and all their training are dust in the wake of her natural sadistic genius. In any other series, this would be our villain, but in Teppu, this is our protagonist. The story beginning when Yuzuko, unaware of who and what Natsuo is, invites her to join the mixed martial arts club, Natsuo taking this as an opportunity to humiliate the tiny fighter. But that's when she collides with something she's never encountered. A person she cannot dominate with raw talents. And as she stumbles away from the fight, blood dripping from her nose, she's filled with a single obsessive desire. Learn everything she can about mixed martial arts and use it to destroy Yuzuko. Teppu is
Fucking, like, first of all, this manga is insane, and it literally goes into depth on the different martial, like, it basically kind of goes over Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a little bit more and like different martial arts and stuff, but like hold on, I'm gonna, because he talks about this one fight
takes her on, and where this really becomes apparent is in one of the final fights of
I want you to listen to this fight.
where Natsuo faces her former friend, Sane. At this point in the story, Sane has hardened every part of herself, becoming the physical embodiment of all Natsuo's sins. Everyone she's hurt, all the talentless people she's stepped on. And what's incredible is how the opening action of this fight just seethes with the violent energy of two people who just fucking hate each other. Natsuo lashing a vicious kick at her former friend, which just finds its mark only for Sane to pivot at the last moment, sending the attack sailing past her. Sane blasting back with a counterpunch, only to stop her fist at the last second and obscure Natsuo's vision with an open palm, drilling her with a brutal kick to the head, only for Natsuo to block Sane's attack and just smile. It is knife-edge tense, but as the fight drags on, Natsuo begins to feel Sane's resentment with each devastating attack, her old friend's hatred finally sinking in, and as it does, the panels start to bleed back and forth between the brutal violence and all Natsuo's memories that have brought them both to this point. How her desire to protect her brother led to even her own mother seeing her
Amid.
as a violent, unstable person. And how rather than push back on that perception, she's internalized it, becoming the monster everyone has started to see her as. And with that realization, finally, all the pain, all the isolation, it hits her. And it's only through recognizing this, she's able to start moving past it. Both in action and storytelling, this fight to me is one of the best I have ever read in manga, which is why it's such a shame that Teppu actually ends not long after this. Ota reportedly suffered major health.
She kept spamming Shoto Duck. Learned the hard way. Yeah. But basically, I think mixed MMA can be added to Dojo Masters as a style that would be the first switch stance style. That you can switch between a striking and grappling state for that game, excuse me. Because you'd be able to strike, then you'd be able to switch to grabs. Like, I think that would be an interesting way to introduce MMA because of its uniqueness in terms of it being a mixed martial art. That you can fight in one stance, and then you can fight in another stance, or you can master both and be able to switch between the two. Because there is, oh, why am I blanking on his name? And the anime that talks about it. Kengan Ashura, there's a fight where a dude, where he's a mixed martial arts fighter, and his main, like, he doesn't have a main attack, he doesn't have a, like, signature move that he does, but what he's really good at is switching between his different styles. And he's able to overcome his opponent, who is, like, the big bad of this tournament, and he's able to overcome him for the fact of that he can go from a punch, transitions to a grab. Now he's grabbing him. The dude wants to break from the grab, he switches to a strike and hits him. And he keeps on confusing his opponent with just switching his style from striking to wrestling to jiu-jitsu to boxing. Like, he just keeps on switching his stances and his, like, fighting style just because it's like, oh, he's gonna counter with this, I'm gonna counter with this. And, like, that's how I see MMA being implemented. Let me see if I can pull it up. Engen, Ashura, Bang versus Okubo. I believe this is the fight. Yep, right here they talked about it. Is this keyboard making punch sounds? Oh, so that's Opera GX, which you're able to change the sound of what your stuff sounds like, and I do have it set to Dragon Ball Z stuff, specifically Litharo on YouTube, because he did an Opera GX thing. So, like, when I do this, last time on. And then, yeah, it's set to the Dragon Ball Z, like punch sound effects. And then when I close it out, it's gonna be a loud yell, by the way. That fades into the if that fades.
Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on all so you can see all my future content.
Beast then. Still, this ridiculous amount of pressure is
Wrestling practice. The reason for that. 34 seconds into the match. Naoya Okubo performs a successful takedown.
Alright, so it's right here. He talks about it. Yeah, so here we go. Here we go. This is what his specialty is that he's able to switch his...
Okubo's attacks will reach Fang. Temple.
Mismatching. This is where Naoya Okubo's true strength lies. MMA is, as the name implies, a fighting style that employs various methods of attacking. This means that one's attacks can change form at a moment's notice. Strike, throw, grapple. Agito's various combat skills clearly surpassed Okubo's. Does this mean there is no method which allows Okubo to defeat Agito? It does not! If a single skill set is ineffective, then challenge the opponent with a combination. If Agito desires a striking match, approach with a grapple. If he wants to go to the ground, respond by standing. Throw off Agito's pace by never matching the intent.
Yeah, so that's how I feel like you would interpret MMA in Dojo Masters, is this style that is just made to, like, mix up your opponent in such a various way. So you'll be able to strike, switch to a grapple. Oh, you're gonna go for a grapple? Switch to a strike. Like, it would be fucking sick to see that implemented in Dojo Masters in a way that, like, isn't in the game at all yet. Like, come on. Look at that. Like, that's fucking nuts. I'm probably gonna get flagged because I showed this. Just because it's, you know, anime, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. But yes. Yeah, thinking a character similar to Vanessa in Virtua Fighter. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like, she is labeled as mixed martial arts in one way, and then it's Val Tudo on the game officially. But essentially somebody who can go to a strike, but then can also grapple. I wish in Street Fighter Luke fought that way. He doesn't, unfortunately, where he is, like, he should have grapples. He does focus more on strikes in Street Fighter. But yeah, something like this would be very interesting to see implemented. Oh god, I was not ready to come back to this. Go primarily uses judo in the game, but he does like a brawl on the ground. I'm back at my PC. Welcome back. Oh yeah, I'm down to do a first attempt with you. But yeah, like Go is a, you know, he does judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But yeah, having a character who's dedicated to switching between stances like that is something that I would like to see. We'll do US East 1 shield. But yeah, having a... There's never really ever been a dedicated martial art, like, dedicated fighting game that has a character who switches between grappling and striking. In terms of how it's used mechanically. Like, we do have strikers who have command grabs, and we have grapplers who can strike. So you're saying switching between kickboxer and grappler. Yes. Probably more on the lines of Dragunov in Tekken would fit that bill a little bit better, I feel like. But having it kind of be like Gen from Street Fighter, where you have to physically switch between the stance, as opposed to just a character that can do either or. Okay. Whew. Damn. Damn. God damn. Damn. God damn. Definitely Jerry. We'll have to, yeah, we'll have to hook up sometime later this week. Damn. GG's. But yeah, back to what we were saying before. I definitely think mixed martial arts or MMA could be utilized by a character switching between the two stances and mixing up. When you start to get into rhythm, capoeira is wild. Yeah. What was the thing that sent? Do. Global traditional martial arts. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look into that later. But yeah, MMA is one of the other styles I would think that would be utilized. Maybe I'll dust off R.E.V.O. Ooh, interesting. Jeez. I get followed by so many of these like bot accounts on Twitter. And they message me, be like, hey, how's it going? You wanna shoot the shit? And I'm like, you talk like somebody who's a robot. Like, I am too human. But yeah, I think, what's it called? MMA is good as a style that could be added. I did talk about HEMA, I talked about that. We talked a little bit about Shaolin. Which was, what room is it again? Shield. US East Shield. I guess you could technically, like, another style that I didn't think of adding would be, ninjutsu. Or whatever style that, you know, that martial arts entails of fighting like a ninja. It has a specific thing to it. I don't remember the name of it at all. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. The fuck happened there? The game couldn't handle all that R.E.V. Jeez. You're not on the beta branch, right? Shouldn't, oh boy. Stupid Krav. Okay, let me see if it does it with me. Like, let's see if it's the character and not the... Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely not the character. That was weird. Interesting. God damn it. There it is. God damn it. Oh my god! I'm shaking with rage! He's charging a punch. He's going supernova. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Okay. Damn. Yeah, GG's. You were kicking my ass thoroughly. But I do think this is a proper spot to wrap up in. We have been live for. I still blame R.E.V.O. Me too. I blame it as well. But this was fun. I enjoyed this again. Definitely gonna be coming back to this more. And there is some other stuff that I do want to talk about. There is some stuff in the works for events. I sent Blue an image of some stuff that I've been working on, and I'm super excited to be working on this and figuring out how to get it all up and running. Hopefully we'll be able to get this going within the next few weeks, maybe starting in December. We will see. I'm aiming for the end of November into the beginning of December is when that stuff will come, and I will post about it and stuff. But this is a lot of fun. Thank you again, guys, for coming out. I appreciate it. Expect a Dojo Masters video within another week or two as well. I'm super excited about that. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And as always, and remember, good gaming, God bless, go beyond, and keep on keeping on.
Shadows fall, the lights ignite. Heart is pounding, soul takes flight. Every scar is a story untold. Breaking limits, breaking the mold. Step by step, I won't back down. Fists of fire shaking the ground. Dreams collide, the spirit won't fold. Burning bright, a will made of gold. Rising up with every dawn. Input sharp, the rage is strong. Life bar drops, the crowd applauds. Go beyond and keep on keeping on. One last round, the pressure's real. Every strike, the wounds will heal. Standing tall though the night feels long. Every loss just makes me strong. Voices roaring through the sky. Every echo says don't die. Through the storm, the path is clear. Victory's already here. Rising up with every dawn. Input sharp, the rage is strong. Life bar drops, the crowd applauds. Go beyond and keep on keeping on. Thank you all for watching. Your support means the world to me. Stay awesome in everything you do. And remember, good gaming, God bless. Go beyond!